Facts about Earth that you didn't know. Number 10. We're the third rock from the sun. Our home Earth is the third planet from the sun, the only one known to support an atmosphere with free oxygen, oceans of liquid water on the surface, and the big one. Life Earth is one of the 4 terrestrial planets like Mercury, Venus, and Mars. It is rocky at the surface. Keep reading to find out why Earth is not a sphere, even though it's often said to be. Fact number 9. Earth is a squash sphere. Earth is not perfect sphere. As Earth spins, gravity points towards the center of our planet, assuming the explanation's sake, the Earth is a perfect sphere, and a center force push outward. But since the gravity opposite force acts, the perpendicular to the axis of Earth, and Earth's axis is titled centrifugal forces at the equator, is not exactly opposed to gravity. The imbalance adds up at the equator, where gravity pushes extra masses of water and Earth into a bulge or spare tire around our planet. 6 weird facts about gravity. Gravity, you don't know you've got it till it's done. Here on Earth, we take gravity so for granted. It took an apple falling from a tree to trigger Isaac Newton's theory of gravitation, but gravity, which draws objects together in population to their mass, is about much more than fallen fruit. Read on this for some of the strangest facts about universal force. It's all in your head. Gravity may be pretty consistent on Earth, but percentage of it, according to research in April 2011, the journal PLOS 1, people are better at judging how objects fall when they're sitting upright versus lying on their sides. The finding means our perception of gravity may be less based on visual cues of gravity, real direction, and more rooted in the orientation of the body. The finding may lead to new strategies to help astronauts deal with microgravity in space. Coming down Earth is tough. Number 8. Speaking of astronauts, their experience have shown that switch to weightless and back can be tough on the body. In the absence of gravity, muscles atrophy and bone likewise lose bone mass. According to NASA, astronauts can lose 1% of their bone mass per month in space. When astronauts come back to Earth, their bodies and minds need time to recover. Blood pressure, which has equalized throughout the body and space, has to return on Earth pattern. With the heart, most work hard to keep the brain nourished with blood. Occasionally, astronauts struggle with that adjustment. In 2006, astronaut Marie Defensis Piper collapsed at welcome home ceremony the day after returning from space shuttle mission to the International Space Station. The mental readjustments can be just as tricky. In 1973, Skylab 2 astronaut Jack Loosma told Time magazine he accidentally smashed a bottle of aftershave in his first day back from a month-long sojourn in space. He let go of the bottle in midair, forging that it would crash into the ground rather than just float there. For weight loss, try Pluto. Pluto may no longer be a planet, but still a good bet for lighting up. 150 pounds, 68 kilometers person would weigh no more than 10 pounds, 4.5 kilograms on the dwarf planet. The planet with most crushing gravity, on the other hand, is Jupiter, where same person would weigh more than 354 pounds, 160.5 kilograms. The planet humans are most likely to visit is Mars. Number 7. Mars would also leave explorers feeling light-footed. Mars gravitation poses only 38% that of Earth, meaning 50-pound person would feel like they weigh 57 pounds, 26 kilograms. Gravity is lumpy. Even on Earth, gravity isn't entirely even because the globe isn't a perfect sphere. Its mass is distributed unevenly, and uneven mass means significantly uneven gravity. One mysterious gravitation anomaly is the Hudson's Bay of Canada, shown above the area, has lower gravity than the other regions, and 2000 study finds that new melted glaciers are to blame. The ice that once clogged the area during the last ice age have long since melted, but the Earth hasn't entirely snapped back from the burden, since gravity over an area is popular to the mass atop the region. The glacier imprint push aside some of Earth's mass gravity is a bit less strong in the ice sheet imprint. The slight deformation of the crust explains 25% to 45% of unusual low gravity. The rest may be explained by a downward drag caused the motion of magma and earth manti, the layer just beneath the crust. Research report in journal Science. Without gravity, some bugs get tougher. Bad news for space cadets. Some bacteria becomes nastier in space. A 2000 study published the journal Proceeding the National Academy of Science found that salmonella, the bacteria that commonly cause food poisoning, become 3 times more virulent in microgravity. Something above the lack of gravity changes the activity at least 165 Salmonella gyres, about 73 of its proteins. Mice fed the gravity-free salmonella got sick faster after consuming less of the bacteria. In other words, Michael Crichton's The Endomia strain has its wrong. The dangers of infection in space may not come from space bugs. It's more likely our own bugs, growing stronger, would strike us. Black holes. Number 1. Black holes. Named because nothing, not even light, can escape their gravitational clutches. Black holes are some of the most destructive objects on the universe. At the center of our galaxy is a massive black hole within the mass of 3 million suns. Scarier thought. It might be just resting, according to Kyoto University Science, Tata, Suya, and you. The black hole isn't really dangerous to us Earthlings. It's both far away and its remarkable claim, but sometimes it does put on a show, and you and colleagues reported in 2008 that black hole sent out a flare of energy 300 years ago. Galactic hiccup sent a small amount of matter the size of Mercury falling into the black hole, leading to another outburst. The black hole named Sagittarius A is dim compared with our black holes. The faintness implies the star's and gas rarely get close enough to the black hole to be in any danger. Frederick Bangoff, a researcher at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, who was involved in 2007 study, told Live Scientist sister site Space.com the huge appetite is there, but it's not being satisfied. The end.